Ladies and gentlemen, the agenda is about to begin. Please put your mobile phone on silent setting during the session. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all offline attendees, we remind you for obeying the health protocol of COVID-19, please keep wearing mask, physical distancing, washing hands, or using hand sanitizer regularly. Thank you.
Before we start to begin the conference, allow me to read the agenda as follows. The conference will be opened by the presentation of SEAMEO color and continued by SEAMEO song, continued by the remarks and report and by the conference chairman, followed by the remarks by the director of SEAMEO Qitep in Science, continued by the remarks by the director of SEAMEO Qitep in Mathematics, remarks by the president of IPST, remarks by the Deputy Director for Program and Development of SEAMEO Secretariat, remarks by the Director General of Teacher and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture, Indonesia, opening remarks and officially open the agenda by the Deputy Minister of Education, Thailand, and last is photo session.
Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, selamat pagi, swadika. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the International Joint Conference on STEM Education, Education Pathway Through the Crisis. Today, the 18th of November 2020, at Amartapura Hall, the Alana Hotel and Convention Center, Yogyakarta, Indonesia.
I am Amalia Yuliana.
And me, Lely Dian Puspita, we will be the host for this opening ceremony.
It is an honor for me to inform you that among us here, we have His Excellency Deputy Minister of Education, Thailand, Dr. Kuning Kalaya Supompani, the Director General of Teacher and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia, Dr. Iwan Syahril, PhD, Honorable Director of Teacher and Education Personnel for Primary Education, Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia, Dr. Rahmadi Widiharto, Honorable the Deputy Director for Program and Development of SEAMEO Secretariat, Dr. Wahyudi, Honorable the President of the Institute for the Promotion of Teaching, Science and Technology, Professor Qitep Lumpijamnong, Honorable Director of SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Mathematics, Dr. Sumardiono, Honorable Director of SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Science, Dr. Indrawati, Honorable Board of Directors of SEAMEO Center Indonesia, Honorable the prominent keynote speakers, paper presenters, and participants.
Ladies and gentlemen, the International Joint Conference on STEM Education is a collaborative event by the three institutions, namely SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Mathematics, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Science, Bandung, Indonesia, and the Institutes for the Promotions of Teaching, Science and Technology, Bangkok, Thailand.
This event aims to provide an international platform for educators to share ideas and experiences, learn new knowledge and best practices, and disseminate recent research results in the field of STEM education. Strengthen STEM education, especially in Southeast Asia region. Establish and expand networks of academic cooperation at the international level, and promote the organization of online conference platform that correspond with the time of crisis.
And the event is to be conducted in blended modes, online and offline.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our item. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our first item on the agenda is presentation of SEAMEO color. May we request everyone to rise. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we are presenting you the SEAMEO song, Building the Future.
It's time to open our eyes to a bright and promising future. We'll rise to the call of the times and create a stronger tomorrow. Let's start to make a difference, teaching everyone to learn through science, health and technology. We will share our expertise. By promoting knowledge and policies, we can build a better world. Let us take a stand for our visions alone, bringing future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness and dreams. Here at SEAMEO, building the future is our legacy. We'll achieve our goals through partnership, creating opportunities. By working hand in hand, we can accomplish all our dreams. For a better quality of life is now within our reach. Let us take a stand for our visions alone, bringing future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the SEAMEO color and SEAMEO winning song. And now we are going to listen to the report by the conference chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Farida Nurhasana.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you around the world. It is a great pleasure for me, on behalf of the Committee of Joint Conference, to welcome all the esteemed participants and all distinguished guests all over the world who virtually and physically come to the International Joint Conference on STEM Education 2020 for sharing ideas, discussing about STEM, and learning together. I first wish to extend our warm welcome to the Excellencies Dr. Kuning Kalaya Sopongpanik, Deputy Minister of Education Thailand, Dr. Iwan Sahril PhD, the Director General of Teachers and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture, Indonesia, and Dr. Rahmadi Widiharto, the Director of Teachers and Education Personnel for Primary Education, the Honorable Dr. Ethel Agnes Valenzuela and Dr. Wahyudi as the Director and Deputy Director for Program and Development of SEAMEO Secretariat, the Honorable Professor Sukit Limpi Jumnong, the President of the Institute for the Promotion of Teaching Science and Technology, Dr. Sumardiono, the Director of SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Mathematics, Dr. Indrawati, the Director of SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Science, the Honorable, the prominent keynote and invited speakers, moderators, and all Board of Directors of SEAMEO Center in Alana Hotel, Yogyakarta. Due to the heat of COVID-19 pandemic, we have privilege of holding this first joint conference as a collaboration work between IPST, SEACAM, and SEACSE in a blended mode, offline and online. In this changing world, we believe that those who understand STEM discipline and equip her or himself with the skills and knowledge of the 21st century in relation to this discipline play an important role in shaping the futures of countries in economic, technology, and world leaderships. This means that the topic of STEM is very crucial to be discussed, both in regional and in international level. This is to leverage the knowledge as well as the skills of the teachers and educational personnel about the STEM topics. In relation to this condition, it is no wonder that this joint conference has attracted more than 850 participants from Southeast Asia countries, as well as other countries such as United States, Australia, Korea, Japan, and China. Out of 966 participants, the Scientific Program Committee decided to accept 79 papers and 6 posters to be presented online and offline. We hope the kind understanding from the authors whose papers are not accepted to be presented in this conference. We intentionally limit the number of offline participants. There are only 125 persons who physically attend in the Alana Hotel following strict regulation policy
from the committee and hotel to prevent the spread out of COVID-19. Our high appreciation goes to all partners for workshop session, especially for Casio, Aptech Academy, Robotic Explorer, and University of Jyväskylä, Finland, who not only will inspire us with the workshop session, but also get financial aid and other materials for supporting this joint conference. Before closing, we would like to extend further thanks to two parties. Firstly, the SEAMEO Secretariat for coordinating the tree center, and especially to Dr. Wahyudi for the guidance in every step from the preparation until the last rehearsal. Secondly, to all the committee members from the IPST, SEAMEO, and SEAMEO, who are already working very hard in preparing this joint conference, especially Mr. Itipong Lokutrapol and teams from IPST for facilitating the Zoom room and others, of course. And then secondly, for Mr. Reza and teams from SEAMEO for very fast response in every situation. And then for Mr. Hanto and teams from SEAMEO committee, especially also for Mr. Limbang, the one who manages the websites. And also for all the scientific academic teams, from all the center who doing the review for the papers. The last but not least, also for all the finance personnel, especially Ibu Lili and Mr. Susetio. Thank you so much. Now, let me close the remarks by wishing you a delightful and fruitful conference. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Farida. You may return to your seat. Before we move to the next agenda, I would like to say hello to all plenary speakers, keynote speakers, and invited speakers who has been joining us through Zoom meetings. Good morning and welcome to the opening ceremony. Now we would like to invite the Director of SEAMEO Qitep in Science to deliver her remarks. To Dr. Indrawati, the time is yours.
Honorable Dr. Kunyang Khalaya Supon Phanik, Deputy Minister of Education, Thailand. Honorable Dr. Iwan Sahril, Director General of Teachers and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture of Republic of Indonesia. Honorable Dr. Rahmadi Widiaharto, the Director of Teachers and Education Personnel for Primary Education. Honorable Dr. Ethel Agnes Pascua Valenzuela, the Director of SEAMEO Secretariat, represented by Dr. Wahyudi. Honorable Professor Sukit Lumpijumnong, the President of the Institute for Promotion of Teaching, Science and Technology, Thailand. Honorable Dr. Sumadiono, the Director of SEAMEO Qitep in Mathematics. And Honorable Board of Directors of SEAMEO Center Indonesia. The keynote speakers, the Honorable Dr. Farida Nurhasanah, the conference chairman, Honorable management member of SEAMEO, SEAMEO, and IPST, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. It is a great honor to speak to you at this priceless moment, to warmly welcome you at the opening ceremony of the International Joint Conference of STEM Education 2020. In this opportunity, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Ministry of Education of Thailand and Ministry of Education of Indonesia for the support on this conference. I would also like to deliver my sincere thanks to SEAMEO Secretariat, SEACAM, and IPST for the collaboration to make the conference happen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the entire world is now struggling against the contagious pandemic COVID-19. Programs and activities should be adjusted according to the health protocol, including our activities. We shift the method of the conference from a face-to-face presentation to blended mode. Nevertheless, it will not reduce the essence of the conference to explore and share ideas about research results and best practices related to STEM education. STEM learning develops student critical thinking and problem-solving skill. It also increases science literacy, but also increases STEM learning and enable students to become the next generation of innovators. The STEM-based learning teaches students more than just a concept, but also how to implement those concepts to solve problems. The focus on learning with real-world application helps students a variety of skills 21st century. Even though the current situation forces the shifting of the method, STEM learning still can be implemented through more diverse and full of real-world activities. Besides, virtual learning could also be an option. Teachers' creativity and willingness to keep implementing STEM learning during the pandemic will help STEM learning remain fun, relevant, and make students being productive in their learning. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, yes, the pandemic has brought us into this uncertain time, but the hope is not lost. We have to be able to transform the threats into opportunities. Equipping children with STEM skills will bring benefit for them and their future. Thank you very much. I wish you have a fruitful conference. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Indrawati. And ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite to the podium the Director of SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Mathematics to deliver the remark. Dr. Sumardiono, the floor is yours.
Bismillah. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, very well good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you to the International Joint Conference on STEM Education Pathway Through the Crisis, organized by SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Mathematics, or SEACAM, Indonesia, SEAMEO Regional Center for Qitep in Science, or SEAQUIS, Indonesia, and the Institute for the Promotion of Teaching, Science and Technology, IPST, Thailand. Thank you for taking the time to attend this event. I'm pleased to inform you that today's conference has attracted more than 800 participants who will be joining in the offline and also online modes. We do really hope that this event can foster the exchange of innovative ideas and strategies for the STEM teaching and learning in Southeast Asia and beyond. Besides, this event is expected to not only provide teachers and other concerned parties with the knowledge on STEM education, but also to foster collaboration and partnerships. Even though the event is conducting in the offline and the online mode due to COVID-19, we do hope this can run smoothly and it will be useful for everyone participating in these programs. To all the participants who are attending this event here in Alana Hotel, you can enjoy the atmosphere of Yogyakarta as education and cultural provinces. We wish you a fruitful conference. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much to Dr. Sumardiono. It is our deep pleasure to invite the President of IPST to deliver the third remark virtually. To Professor Chukit Limpijamno, the time is yours.
Professor Sukir Limpijumno, we kindly ask your assistants to unmute your voice.
Okay, we can hear you. You may continue, sir. Thank you.
I would like to thank Your Excellency Dr. Kalaya Sukunit, the Deputy Minister of Education, for presiding over the opening ceremony of the International Joint Conference on STEM Education 2020 here today. IPST has held its own biannual international conference in Bangkok we call International Science, Mathematics and Technology Conference, or ISMTech. And we have been ambitious for a long time to expand our conference network to other international venues. This year, it is our great privilege to partner with Qitep in science and Qitep in mathematics to combine three international conferences from the three organizations into this very special joint conference. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic has happened along the way, we have been fortunate to have shifted the conference to a blend platform that corresponds with this time of crisis. With the theme, STEM education pathway through the crisis at the center. We aim to provide a platform for educators, teachers, and researchers, especially in Southeast Asia, to exchange ideas and experiences, to learn new knowledge and best practices, to showcase their research findings in the area of science, mathematics, technology, and especially STEM education. After all, it is an opportunity time for us all to strengthen a collaborative network in our community. Last but not least, I would like to thank the organizing team from both Thailand and our friend Indonesia for the hard work you have contributed to the organization of this conference. I hope we will have opportunity to work together again in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Chuki Lebijomnung, for delivering the remark. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite the Deputy Director for Program and Development of SEAMEO Secretariat to deliver the fourth remark virtually. Please welcome Dr. Wahyudi.
Honorables, Dr. Iwan Sahri, PhD, Director General of Ministry of Education and Culture Indonesia, Dr. Rahmani Widiharto, Director of Teacher and Education Personnel for Primary Education, Ministry of Education and Culture Indonesia, Honorable Professor Sukit Lindi Junong, President of IJCSE Thailand, Honorables, Dr. Sumariono, the Director of SEAMEO, Dr. Indrawati, Director of SEAMEO, Board of Directors of SEAMEO Center Indonesia, distinguished keynote speakers, Thailand speakers, and inside speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning, selamat pagi, sawadee from SEAMEO Secretariat Bangkok. I feel honored to join you on behalf of SEAMEO Secretariat in Bangkok, Thailand, in a conference that I am so passionate about. My sincere appreciation to CKs, and IJCSE for convening this timely event and have the first time joint conference, International Joint Conference on STEM Education 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, currently the level of COVID-19 still carries worldwide. Somehow, it's forcing humankind to innovate and change the way we work in life. The upset of where we find ourselves right now is that individuals and corporations will be more resilient in post-COVID-19 world. Many are comparing the COVID-19, the Spanish flu of 1980s, the global pandemic that killed around 50 million people around the world. Luckily, we are now living in a time when we have the resources available to do much more than we could do 100 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, although the range of attention in translations might have hidden the reality of the virus, however, they have also enabled us to share information and resources so that we can work together to contain COVID-19. Technology allowed China to build 2 hospital facilities for coronavirus patients in just 10 days. Technology also allows us to adopt test kits onto cruise ships. It allows us, the institutions like Johns Hopkins Centers for System Science and Engineering, to build a coronavirus mapping tools. This dashboard has kept Mision abreast of the latest data from the WHO, from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and other sources to visualize how the virus is spreading worldwide. What will be our future look like? Every day, our scientists conduct pilot experiments with potential to transform how we live. Will we find good for our disease? Will we find an answer to climate change? And will biology one day turn us into superheroes? Big picture question on how to this is affecting future virus to shape our tomorrow and beyond pop up. Ladies and gentlemen, I think all issues that I just mentioned are to make us realize that science, including mathematics, technology, and engineering are critical in science. The technology at our fingertips has allowed epidemiologists and experts to connect, share data, and also better predict how quickly the disease will spread and how deadly it will become. It also allows everyday citizens to communicate and work remotely while adhering to social distancing recommendations. STEM graduates play a vital role in developing many decisions to social problems, such as the public activities we are currently facing. Ladies and gentlemen, the spirit of international cooperation in this splendid joint conference is quite timely for sharing experiences, in share ideas, learning new knowledge and perspectives as well, and also to disseminate research results in the field of STEM applications. Therefore, our speakers today share through their presentations the good practices and probably country-specific experiences in the topic related, so all of us can learn from one another. In this international conference, I believe more ideas will be gained, post-COVID will become more evident. It is critical we make the right decisions, but how we get from people. We can see that STEM solutions are playing a vital role in our return to normality and our prevention and prevention of the coronavirus. We have seen practical and creative ideas come to the fore to tackle solutions unlike any other we have seen in our lifetime. Education in post-COVID-19 world must place practical learning at its heart. We have seen industry forced to pivot to new ways of working as a direct consequence of the pandemic and embrace a new way of doing things. Ladies and gentlemen, science, technology, and innovations can be used either to widen inequalities or to narrow them. And science is the most powerful when it benefits everyone. All that will drive the world growth and prosperity into the next generation, but only if we equip them to do so. I thank you again for the leadership of SEAMEO and IJCSE Thailand to advance robust participation in the conference with many decisions in the region and beyond. I'm looking forward to the dynamic discussion during the sessions. Finally, thank you very much and enjoy you all session at this conference. Sawadee.
Thank you so much for your speech, Dr. Wahyudi. Next on the agenda, we are pleased to welcome the Director General of Teacher and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia, to deliver the welcome remark. To Dr. Iwan Sharil, PhD, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education Thailand, Dr. Kunying Kalaya Sokonthani, Honorable Deputy Director of SEAMEO Secretariat, Dr. Wahyudi, President of IPSC, Professor Sukip, Limpi Yumnong, Director of SEAKIM, Dr. Sumadiono, Director of SEAKIS, Dr. Indrawati, Conference Chair, Dr. Fadilan Hasanah, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all are healthy and safe during the pandemic. This is the most important thing for all of us. It's an honor for me to be here on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Culture, the Republic of Indonesia. I congratulate the committee for holding this conference, the International Joint Conference on STEM Education. This is a very strategic conference, and I think the context of the COVID at the moment giving more strategic value of this conference. Prior to COVID, I think we already talked about how the education system should be transformed because of the advancement of technologies, the Industrial Revolution 4.0, and it's been very disruptive. And it calls for major technology, social environment shifts that are happening around us too, and education should respond to this. How the technologies have created breakthroughs and impacting all sectors, and how the changing demographics, the socio-economic profile of the global population has also made us rethink about how to address, for instance, the migration, urbanization, cultural diversity, and mobile and flexible workforce, and also because of the result of the technology. And in terms of environment, the depleted fossil fuels, extreme weather, rising sea levels, water shortages, have told us how to rethink about a lot of things in the world. But all also goes to education as the foundation of what kind of civilization that we wish to create, what kind of earth that we want to live in. And the question for us is, can our schools of today be the learning of tomorrow? What we need is not a reform, but what we need is a transformation. We need to change to a system that is not the same as what we've done in the past. And this is a challenge for most of us, and especially in education, because in education, arguably, the structure of the current system that has been used since the Industrial Revolution 2.0. And I think we need to rethink and reimagine what kind of education that we wish to have in order to respond to the challenges that we're facing. What we think that is the technologies have made us possible are different modes of learning, with the use of artificial intelligence, robotics, big data, Internet of Things, and also the means of learning, because now the constant disruptive changes require us to learn, unlearn, and relearn all the time. And the quality of human's life, with the expansion of human lifespan, also calls for the workforce that need to keep reskilling and upskilling for many times during their lifetime. So education needs to be not just in-case learning, but just in-time learning. Learning that calls for skill to keep learning all the time. Not learning just in case it is what it will be used in the future, because once they go to the workforce, that future that they prepared already gone, because it has to change to something else. So life learning is not just a fancy word anymore, but it is a necessity in order to compete and to survive. Education should be more personalized, inquiry-based, problem-based, and project-based, where the role of teachers more as mentors and coaches. Indonesia has gone through a lot of transformation in the recent year, with the initiative called Merdeka Belajar, or Freedom to Learn, in which we want to place students at the center of all the policy decisions and the programs that we initiate. With this, what we want to see is the high-quality education for all Indonesians, pushing the enrollment, quality outcomes, and equitable distribution across geography and socio-economic status, which will be achieved through improvements in infrastructure and technology, policies, procedures, and funding, leadership, people, and change of culture, and curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment. But the core of this is that all stakeholders are moving together, all agencies influence and support each other, and it's not just about the school, but also the employers, the industry, and the society. What we want to see is that learning as a joyful experience, education as an open system where stakeholders collaborate, teachers function as facilitators of learning, and the pedagogy, curriculum, and assessment is based on competency and values. And student-centered and personalized approach, and the use of technology as a game changer to enable access and quality, creating programs that are more industry relevant and more freedom for education institutions, schools, universities to have more freedom to innovate, and where all stakeholders work together hand in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, in this conference, I'm very moved by the STEM, or the philosophy behind STEM. I think it's not just about the science or the technology, engineering, and mathematics. I think more important of that is that the philosophical background or foundation of why STEM exists. It is about to collaborate across disciplines. It is about changing, pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones. It is about how to reimagine about what hasn't existed and to find solutions to our problems in a much more efficient and effective ways. So STEM to me is not just about the discipline, but it's more like a way of being, a way of living. And I think the question for me, for all of the conference participants, is that what does it mean like to have STEM for early childhood education, for instance, primary education, secondary education, etc. What does STEM mean for the solutions for a lot of our social problems? And it's not just about, again, not just like the what of the STEM, but it's more about the why and the philosophical of the need for us to collaborate and to challenge each other, to push us beyond our comfort zone, to find new solutions. And I think in that spirit, I hope this conference will produce a lot of meaningful results for better civilization of our world. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Iwan Syahril, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to have the Deputy Ministers of Education Thailand, His Excellency Dr. Kuning Kalaya Sopon Panik, to deliver the remark and officially open the International Joint Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Deputy Ministers of Education Thailand.
The Director General of the Teacher and Education Personnel, Ministry of Education and Culture, Indonesia, the Director of SEAMEO Secretariat, the Director of SEAMEO Qitep in Science, the Director of SEAMEO Qitep in Mathematics, the President of the Institute for Promotion of Teaching, Science and Technology, Thailand. Distinguished speaker, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor for me to preside over your 2 days virtual conference. Please allow me to add my welcome and to say how pleased I am that we are all well and able to attend this conference. I'm impressed by the distinguished speakers and the timely topics that they are presenting to meet our current critical challenge caused by COVID-19. By sharing and learning from each other's experience, we will improve and meet our objective. Let me therefore praise and thank the organizer for their amazing achievement in this COVID environment. COVID-19 has catapulted the world into digitalization. When nations locked down and imposed social distancing, people had to go online to meet their daily needs, to keep contact with their friends, abreast with news, to do their job and to be entertained. Systems had to be set up, devices installed, bureaucratic red tapes and legal system changed to accommodate. In short period of 6 months, changes that previously expected to take almost 3 to 5 years happen. Electronic signature become legally accepted. Virtual meeting become norm and also recognized. Leaders in every field had to participate. Even cabinet sometimes meetings are held online. Online become accepted and part of new normal. The pace will quicken. 5G is being installed. It is 10 to 100 times faster than 4G, and if you, among other things, make virtual reality and artificial intelligence commonly available, it is will dramatically change education. People are also learning and improving their experience. After school and college, university were locked down. The initial online teaching will follow by more engaging, active, and participative learning that add to some fun. Instant testing has identified weakness in learning and allow teachers to respond to the point of course quickly, and cross the gap in learning. Digitalization has allowed us also to see the impact on much more opportunity for improving education as our diligently doing. To survive as a proper in the new era, one has to be digitally literate. The building block of digitalization in STEM, so everyone will need to have an understanding of STEM. Our mission is therefore to allow everyone to be knowledgeable in STEM. I am glad that you will be sharing your researches and experience about how to make STEM enjoyable, easier, and fun. You are also revealing how digitalization can augment learning. This will surely improve everyone's understanding and create new synergy. We will also need to reskill, upskill our teachers and education in STEM. They also need to become meaningful in the digital world. It may take 6 months to 1 year to transform each teacher. Each has to understand, then practice under coach or tutor, then monitor until proficient digital learning can help. But practices under supervision is still needed to change behavior and to develop a new skill. I would like also to see the operation of the school, colleges, university digitalized. It would simplify the work of the teachers and the head of school so that they can focus on developing the student and themselves. Therefore, looking forward to the future where there is no or almost no failure and almost students will pass with A, and they will have meaningful and decently paid job. Once again, I would like to thank the organizer for bringing a most impressive group of educators who are digitally savvy to further our objective of strengthening STEM education in Southeast Asia region. With our basic system, STEM knowledge, kids will have limited opportunity to decent job. I have great pleasure to declare the conference open and which is very successful. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Next is photo session For attendees participating via Zoom, Your Excellency Dr. Kuning Kalaya Sopompani, Professor Cukit Limpijamno, Dr. Wahyudi, all the directors or representative of SEAMEO centers in Indonesia, all plenary speakers, keynote speakers, and invited speakers, and also all the organizing committee of IPSD, as well as all online attendees, please turn on your camera.
As well as the online attendees, we request your cooperation, assistance for the attendees in this ballroom. Ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu, please stand up. This is for attendees, ladies and gentlemen. This is for attendees, for the participants, please stand up. And we kindly invite Dr. Abi Sujak, Dr. Sumarmo, Dr. Sediono Abdullah, Dr. Susetyo, Dr. Sumardiono, Dr. Farida Nurhasana, Dr. Indrawati, Ibu Lili, Dr. Ganung, Bapak Reza, please arise. And all participants in this ballroom, kindly arise. Please stand up. We will have the photo sessions. Photographer, please take your position.
Okay. I will give you a mark. 1, 2, 3. Once again. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly request your cooperation, Bapak Ibu, the invited guests, to come forward to get closer. Yes. For the offline attendees in the ballroom of Alana Jogja, okay, we go to the second style of photo. Ladies and gentlemen, in the ballroom of Alaneng Hotel, could you please raise your right hand? Please hold your smile, even your smile, unseen smile, yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You may turn
Okay,
on
thank
your,
you very
turn off
much,
your camera.
Bapak Ibu. Ladies and gentlemen, invited speaker, please return to your seat. Please be seated. And once again, for the attendees, the excellencies from the online attendees at the Zoom platform, we request your assistance to hold your smile because we are not sure you belong to first page, second page, or third page. So we will try to capture, to screenshot your page. We request your assistance to hold your smile and please just hold your smile. Okay, we will count 1, 2, 3. We go to the second slide, the second page of our screen. Please hold your smile. 1, 2, 3. All right. We go to the third slide. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and we move to the next slide, the fourth slide. Ladies and gentlemen, in the fourth slide, please hold your smile. We will count 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We are not sure. We will move to another slide. Okay, enough. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, in the ballroom of Alana and also at the Zoom platform to join the photo sessions. Thank you very much.
The photo session conclude our opening ceremony. We do apologize for any inconveniences. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
For the audiences in Marta